How to create safer burial grounds. In July 2000, a child died as a result of an incident in a cemetery involving a memorial, and the health and safety of memorials became a major issue for burial authorities. It was clear that some sort of regulation was required, and the British standard BS 8415 was first introduced in 2004. BS 8415 underpins all construction work related to the installation and refurbishment of memorials, together with providing directions for the checking of existing memorials in your cemeteries. It draws on other British standards to substantiate information on metals, concrete, adhesives, etc., and the standard is specific to memorial construction and inspection, and is therefore a special reference document to our industry. BS 8415 has also been used in legal cases concerning issues relating to memorialisation, and as a reference point for technical details and standards of workmanship. The standard includes such requirements as procedure for the testing of existing memorials, how to deal with those found to be at risk, how memorials and their fixing components should be tested with minimum specification for materials, use of tested and approved ground anchors, use of appropriately sized stainless steel dowels. The British standard is ever evolving, and it was reviewed in 2008, 2012 and again in 2018, which looked at the various types of soil conditions found in cemeteries and the impact on the types of ground anchors that are used. It is important that all memorials should be fixed to the current edition of BS 8415. Burial authorities take responsibility for health and safety within their burial grounds. The Health and Safety at Work Act 1974, the Local Government Act 1972, and the Ministry of Justice also remind burial authorities that they have a duty of care to the general public and those working in their sites. This legislation is mandatory, and failure to comply could prove very costly for the burial authority or the management team. It is the responsibility of the burial authority to ensure that all masons and fixers working in their burial grounds are properly trained, insured, and following current industry standards. As a result, some burial authorities have their own registration schemes, which are time-consuming and costly to administer. Furthermore, policing and addressing discipline is a very real challenge. Understanding the technical nuances and keeping track with regular updates of BS 8415 is very time-consuming and also essential if standards are to be maintained and staff and contractors informed. The reality is that there have been 9 people killed in the UK in the last 30 years as a result of a memorial falling on them. The last one was in Glasgow in 2015, when an 8-year-old boy was sadly killed. This tragic incident involved a lengthy and expensive court case, where the management team at the cemetery found themselves in court answering questions in a fatal accident inquiry. The inquiry concluded that the council did not have an active system of inspection to ensure the safety and stability of memorials. The memorial, by the way, was erected in the 1920s. And the failure to repair a hole in a perimeter fence was also criticised. There have also been countless accidents and incidents resulting in life-changing injuries, which have been settled by litigation. Indeed, as we know, there are many lawyers who specialise in this area of law. If there is an accident in your cemetery, would you be the responsible person? So what can you do? To help burial authorities achieve compliance, The British Register of Accredited Memorial Masons, BRAM, was set up in 2004. The scheme is exclusively designed to help burial authorities meet their health and safety responsibilities, improve standards, and create safer burial grounds. It provides a national register of approved masons who are all appropriately trained to fix memorials to current BS 8415 standards, and they also have appropriate and current insurance. BRAM is a not-for-profit organisation. Charges are made to cover administration costs only, and is fully supported by the following leading industry organisations: Institute of Cemetery and Crematorium Management, the Federation of Burial and Cremation Authorities, the Society of Local Council Clerks.
Hello, I'm Julie Dunk, Chief Executive of the Institute of Cemetery and Crematorium Management, and we fully endorse and recommend the BRAM register.
Hi, I'm Brendan Day, Secretary of the Federation of Burial and Cremation Authorities. Here at the Federation, we fully endorse and recommend the BRAM register and recommend that members use this important facility.
My name is Yvonne Culverson and I work for the Society of Local Council Clerks Advice Service. The Society encourages all our members to join BRAM.
An equal representation of these bodies sit alongside independent memorial masons on the BRAM board to ensure a fair and non-biased decision-making partnership. All BRAM board members are volunteers. The organisation is also supported and endorsed by the Ecclesiastical Judges Association and the Commonwealth War Grace Commission. The BRAM Register holds records of businesses, including their mandatory public insurance, risk assessments, and health and safety statements where applicable. No other register is managed and coordinated by representatives from all the leading burial authority organisations and independent memorial masons working together in partnership for the benefit of best practice within the industry. The memorial businesses on the register agree to use only BRAM registered fixer masons who hold a recognised qualification, the BRAM fixer licence, that evidences both a practical and theoretical knowledge. BRAM qualified fixers are also required to complete continued professional development, CPD, every 3 years, which ensures that they always work to current industry standards. Here we have examples of BRAM fixer licence training. Top left shows appropriate manual handling skills, safe systems of work, and equipment. Top right shows the correct way to prepare the ground. Bottom right shows correct drilling procedures in the foundation. Bottom left shows the use of an approved ground anchor system. And centre shows correct procedure and the use of wooden skids to position the memorial. This slide shows an example of very dangerous workmanship, which was sent in by a burial authority. This work was done by a local mason who had no qualification and clearly no integrity. It shows that pieces of wood had been used instead of stainless steel dowels to secure the headstone, a very dangerous and irresponsible fixing method. Can you imagine what would have happened if a child had inadvertently leaned on this headstone? This picture illustrates perfectly why a burial authority should insist upon only qualified fixers working in their cemeteries. Unfortunately, we receive many other examples of dangerous and non-compliant work. It is worth noting at this point that since the introduction of BS 8415 in 2004, and since the use of approved fixing systems have become compulsory, no serious accidents have been reported on memorials fixed to BS requirements. To assist the industry to understand and implement the British Standard 8415, BRAM have developed a guide, the BRAM Blue Book, to provide technical, constructional and safety information in line with the current BS 8415 2018, and it is written in an easy-to-understand script. Businesses registered with BRAM are accountable to both the bereaved and the cemetery management. Work that is not compliant with BS 8415 can be reported to BRAM, who provide a service to cemetery management to assist in resolving such matters. BRAM offers a technical telephone helpline for memorial issues and is free for BRAM burial authorities. BRAM also provides a newsletter 4 times a year, which covers industry-related news and highlights any new legislation which may affect the fixing and testing of memorials. Now the good news. BRAM has a free registration scheme for burial authorities. Following suggestions from burial authorities, BRAM have now simplified the criteria required for BRAM Burial Authority registration. To help with this, BRAM now simply require that burial authorities ensure that under the BRAM scheme, all memorials are required to be erected to British Standard 8415, and the authority should recognise the BRAM register and allow BRAM accredited masons to erect safe memorials in their cemeteries. This effectively means that if they wish, the burial authority can now use other registration schemes within their cemeteries, and BRAM will only take action for memorials erected under the BRAM scheme by BRAM registered masons. So what are the benefits of the scheme? The BRAM scheme will save on clerical time. Time saved can therefore be redirected to other vital tasks. Money saved can be shown as a real benefit for council taxpayers. The scheme also provides assurance to councillors that best practice is followed. Improved safety and methods of working are often tangible and recognised by all. It provides suitable, nationally recognised trained businesses and masons and fixers. All information about masons' qualifications and the eligibility of masons to install memorials is available online. Fixer licences, insurance details and risk assessments can also be checked online, with no password or login required. BRAM is open and transparent. By following the BRAM national scheme, local authorities can avoid mistakes which have already been addressed by other BRAM-associated authorities in other areas of the country. BRAM has representation on the British Standards Committee, which ensures current industry standards. Therefore, burial authorities will get up-to-date and current information on any changes in legislation affecting the fixing of memorials. The Blue Book, which is compliant to the current BS 8415. Best practice and advice documents accessible, free and online. The BRAM register is effectively policed, ensuring that acceptable standards of fixing are maintained, with a robust disciplinary procedure for memorial businesses and fixers. Technical queries, telephone helpline, including access to a dedicated liaison officer. The BRAM scheme also assists the bereaved to select a competent mason for the installation of a memorial, thus avoiding unnecessary problems of poor workmanship. There is no charge for a burial authority to adopt and be part of the BRAM scheme. BRAM is by far the largest register, with nearly 500 companies and 750 registered fixers working to current BS 8415 2018 standards. This is an important part of the scheme, which ensures both masons and cemeteries receive vital information on ongoing changes to legislation. By adopting the BRAM scheme and only allowing registered masons to work in your burial grounds, local authorities can ensure a higher standard of workmanship and improve safety. All cemetery managers have a responsibility to ensure compliance to BS 8415 and are legally accountable for any memorial work undertaken in their cemeteries. All you have to do to join the BRAM register is simply go to the BRAM website, click on Burial Authority, click on Join Now, complete the boxes, press Apply. It's as simple as that. If you have any questions, please ring or email BRAM head office or go directly to the BRAM website. Can you afford not to be a BRAM cemetery?